Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel SciTaker. In this video, I'm going to compare the iQOO 7 True Monster versus the ROG Phone 3 Gaming Beast. So which phone is the best option to buy for the gaming? That's what this complete video I have dedicated for, and in this video I'll try to explain you clearly each and every topic which phone is really good in the gamer's point of view only. I'll try to talk in this entire video. The main reason is because a lot of users are actually confused, like should they buy the iQOO 7 for less price or should they invest more money for the 1 year old mobile phone. That's what they're really confused. So I'll try to be very clear in terms of comparing both phones. Each and every small detail I'll try to mention to you. So first thing regarding the processor and everything. So both phones are having the Snapdragon processors, but Snapdragon 870 and 865 processor which is present in this phone. So first let's talk about the normal benchmark thing, because that's a standard one which we can actually able to compare both phones. In terms of the benchmarks, you can absolutely see it's kind of really very close. You can see, friends, it's not a huge difference, I would say, in the benchmarks. CPU, you can see. In fact, the CPU has got higher in the ROG Phone 3 versus the iQOO 7 device. You can see the GPU 239 and 239. Same kind of CPU and the GPU performance levels. And another good thing is that the temperature in the ROG Phone 3 did not increase much. Whenever I tried to do the annual benchmark test, the maximum I did see around close to 3 to 4% of temperatures. That's the one thing which I can definitely say that, as you can see here. So that's another thing. So in terms of the benchmarks thing, all the geek benchmark and everything, it will be slightly kind of close to each other. That's one thing which I can definitely say that. And regarding the throttling, if you want to know about the throttling issues, which phone will be having what kind of throttling, you can actually check this kind of graph here. Both phones are really good in terms of the consistently maintaining the throttling. So you won't see that much kind of throttling happening in both phones. So in terms of the performance wise, absolutely similar. Yes, exactly kind of similar only between both phones. As you can see, sometimes the iQOO 7 wins, sometimes the ROG Phone 3 also wins in terms of the benchmarks and throttling and everything. So in terms of the performance wise, you can definitely say that both phones are completely kind of close to each other. So next is regarding the Battlegrounds mobile game. That's another thing. So 90 FPS right now, you can actually play directly by default in the ROG Phone 3, which is fantastic. 90 FPS, yes. So that's the one thing which I did like in the ROG Phone 3 regarding the 90 FPS. And for the gamers, you do have tons of features installed in this ROG Phone 3. Lot of features, lot of customization, lot of, like, I cannot imagine, like, the list goes on. There are like 50 place features which are actually in there in this kind of console. As you can see, you do have dedicated mode and everything console. So for the gamers, straight away the ROG Phone 3 is a best option. I can definitely say that. ROG Phone 3 is like a lot of customization, friends. So much I can say, like, this phone is 100%. iQOO 7 has a customization kind of close to 20 to 30% only customizations. There's not much customization in the FunTouch UI you can actually find at this moment, but definitely for the gamers point of view, ROG Phone 3 clearly wins into the customization and the performance slightly. 90 FPS consistent, you can actually get real-time floating FPS meter option you're having, and not only that, I think 144 Hz refresh rate, and you can change the refresh rate from here. You can actually do the live from here as well, and air trigger options. The list goes on, and the haptic feedbacks are next level in this phone. Wow, like more than this iQOO 7 device. Previously, if you watch my videos, definitely you will know that I used to praise the iQOO 7 in terms of the haptic feedbacks and vibration, because that's very strong. I did like it. But right now, ROG Phone 3 really good. So performance wise and the gaming optimization, ROG Phone 3 has got a really good optimization. Call of Duty supports the ultra FPS in the multiplayer. Yes, 90 FPS you can play the game. Still not got optimized for the iQOO 7 device. We need to wait for the optimization. So performance segment is slightly kind of close to each other, and the refresh rate, 144 Hz refresh rate. You can actually play the games also at 144 Hz. As you can see, friends, right now I'm trying to play the 144 Hz gameplay. You can clearly see I'm getting 144 Hz perfectly. So in terms of the refresh rate, slightly better option for the ROG Phone 3. 144 Hz games also directly supports by default. That's another best thing. And the stock UI experience is also really great, friends, in terms of this phone. Utilizing the stock UI experience. Wow, that's really good. Playing in the 144 Hz gameplay. That's another advantage here. And next thing regarding the touch sampling rate, 300 Hz touch sampling rate and 270 Hz touch sampling rate. There's not a huge difference between these both phones in the touch sampling rate. Battery backup, 6000 mAh of battery backup. definitely I need to do the battery draining test very soon. I'll try to do that. So sorry for that. I'm not sure how many hours this phone gonna survive, but I cannot guess also because this is my day one. I think day two of using this phone. Even I am not sure. I'll keep you posted. iQOO 7 can play up to 6 hours, 6 to 6.5 and 7 hours. You can actually play the battery on mobile game continuously, and the 90 FPS Asus ROG Phone 3 supports. And next thing is the connectivity. Connectivity is absolutely the beast in the Asus ROG Phone 3. I'll try to explain a couple of scenarios. So first thing is a Wi-Fi. Signal strength and Wi-Fi speeds are always really good, incredibly good, and signal strength always full. Like yes, 100% signal strength you will be getting in the ear. As you can see, 2.4 gigahertz, same Wi-Fi network. I'll try to open side by side. You will be able to understand how is the signal strength. So one point will be missing always. I know about my studio room. I did use plenty of phones, guys. So I did have 15 to 20 phones. Always there used to be 1 point less in most of the phones. But this phone was able to give always full signal mode every time because of the quad Wi-Fi connectivity and quad Wi-Fi antenna which is present in this phone. I think that's the reason. You can check the Flipkart for more details. So that's fantastic. Not only that, dual band Wi-Fi is also supported. So you can actually connect 2.4 and 5 gigahertz at same time to maintain the stability. As you can see, that's fantastic. Wow. Not only that, I'll try to show the list goes on. As I said, the list is so much big in this phone regarding the connectivity and everything, and the Wi-Fi tethering, and you can Wi-Fi 6. You can actually use the Wi-Fi tethering as well, and you can actually use the both 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz at same time as well regarding the Wi-Fi connectivity. So there's so much of customization is there regarding the connectivity, and 2.4 gigahertz the transmit link speed is 300 Mbps of transmit link speed. As you can see, 300 Mbps of transmit link speed you are getting in this ROG Phone 3. Whereas in the iQOO 7 device, the transmit link speed is I think limited to only 144 Mbps maximum I can actually see, but right now 72 Mbps I'm getting exactly. So connectivity wise, really good. I think not five, maybe 4 5G bands, 1 5G band. That's also you should think about the connectivity. 4G plus, not a big deal between both phones. Both phones are really great in the 4G plus. Not much issues regarding the 4G plus. So connectivity, Wi-Fi, fantastic. Usually I don't say like this because I did use so many phones. That's the reason. Whatever is there, I'll try to show you the facts only, friends, because I do have the Moto H20. Moto H20 doesn't have that much Wi-Fi reception signals. I will say it on the camera itself because there is nothing to hide for me. I don't get anything if I hide the faults and everything. So I'm trying to be true as much as possible, 100%. So next is regarding the final thing, build quality. So first thing, build quality, definitely the lightweight phone iQOO 7 has got, I think, close to 200 grams. If you try to use the tamper glass, the weight will slightly increase, obviously. Maybe you better to check the weight of the iQOO 7 device. It's of close to 205 grams. And the ROG phone is slightly kind of close to 240 grams. As you can see, 240 grams is the ROG Phone 3 weight. So in terms of weight is only one thing, and there's no 3mm jack in both phones anyway. That's another thing. But only the weight is one thing. That's kind of, you will get used to that. In the beginning, you may feel slightly heavy, but you will get used to that. So just remember, friends, even the iPhone 13 Pro Max also has got the 240 grams of weight, iPhone 30 Pro Max. So it's not only this phone, there are a lot of other huge phones are there still, and still the people are actually buying it because it's really worth. So you cannot ignore this phone just because of the weight. No, you cannot ignore. So these are the things, friends, I thought of giving you in touch. And customization, even the iQOO 7 also has got the customization, not bad, voice changes, and 4D vibrations also supported exactly. So game frame interpolation, everything. There are a lot of customization in this phone, but the customization in this phone is next level. For the gamer's point, it's like in each and every game you can actually create your own profile, and you can actually set, you can actually overclock as well. So gaming tuning, as you can see, you can actually increase level 3 and all the levels, different levels. Let me try to show the next thing. And odd code tuning can actually increase the CPU and GPU as well. So a lot of overclocking you can actually do in this device. That's really great. Individual games you can actually set the different profiles. That's fantastic. And so overall, my final conclusion is that if you're planning to buy the phone for the gaming purpose, if you can actually spend the more money, you can go for the ROG Phone 3. If you cannot spend more money, then definitely iQOO 7 is really good. You will get the 1 year extra updates as well, and Android 13 also will get, and the ROG Phone 3 will be only stuck to the Android 12. That's another thing you should definitely remember regarding the updates. And stock UI experience also feels very smooth. App opening and closing up speeds are really very fast, as you can see, incredible fast, friends, and never felt like very slow at all. No, that's really, even though the phone is a 1 year old processor, it is quite equal to the Snapdragon 870 chipset, trust me. Yes, and better cooling system, but I need to do the Genshin Impact side by side, then we can actually come into the conclusion regarding the cooling system. So stay tuned for those videos, friends, and thank you for watching this video. This is a complete review between both phones. Now you can let me know in the comment section below which phone are you choosing for the gaming. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Until then, bye.